Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Hey, folks, we're back for part 2 here, and we'll run around the horn and see what's going on in the world. Everybody's got a few stories in their pockets yet, and where Dunk, you left off. Wasn't there something on that last story that you didn't get to or some shit, or am I just beaking off in the wind?
We were talking about Spillman, who was caught masturbating at my Abbey Hotel, Secret Service agent. I'm kind of like missed it towards the end because he's going to be going back to court, and I was just going to wonder if his story is going to stand up in court.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah.
Was he masturbating in the line of duty?
Yeah. Like, yeah. No, ma'am, that's my nightstick.
Yeah. Firing one off for the president. It's taking a bullet.
Oh, too funny.
It brings a whole new attention to the Secret Service now, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Some comedy things just write themselves.
Yeah. So, funny story here. I want to bring this up. I got to queue up a thing here to make sure. Okay, here we go. So, there's a motorcycle rider in hospital in British Columbia. Now, he's not seriously injured, right? But there was a collision with another vehicle. And you've seen pictures of motorcycles that have been in accidents with cars, and it's usually total carnage and destruction. I bet you've never seen this before. It's hanging from the fucking streetlight. And that's not some goof off AI picture. That happened.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah. Right. So, where
that's some Evel Knievel level shit there.
Yeah, exactly.
Did he leap up off the ground onto that, or come down from a great height?
Yeah. Yeah. From what I understand, I don't know for sure, but there's been some talk that's not in the news. And from what I understand, a dude was doing a little bit of show-offy and got himself up in a wheelie. And then another car, like a low-slung sports car, came along and turned and the bike literally used the car as a ramp and ended up hanging from the damn thing.
That's great.
Yeah. You know, holy shit, man. Like, I mean, seriously, can you imagine driving over to the mall? You can see it says mall entrance right there on the sign, right? Imagine driving up to the mall and going, Kawasaki
Special
Ninja.
only on motorcycles.
It's a great advert for a billboard for Kawasaki.
Yeah.
Just leave it there.
Yeah, yeah. And it's it's not like the biggest bike in the world, but it's still a actual bike.
Well, I guess it beats slinging your trainers over the phone lines.
Yeah. Why do people do that?
They're insane.
We have a tree in my area, and everybody ties one shoe to the tree.
Supposedly in urban areas, having the shoes hanging off of the phone lines is an indicator that there's a dealer in the area.
Wow. But that would get confusing if the guy moves and doesn't take down the shoes.
So what does that mean?
Different types of shoes that are up there, is it more than one dealer, or is he branching out into different types of consumables?
So what does that mean, Commander? When we go for a walk in the countryside, a nice country walk, and you find little bags of dog poop hanging off the branches? Does that mean something? Is there a doggy dealer around?
Could be.
Yeah, it's a dogging site, right? You just look for the public bathroom, and there'll be a glory hole. So, yeah, something a little lighthearted to start on there. I guess that means doesn't that? Yeah, it's Commander. Yeah. Yeah. I was trying to remember from the first show who started this fucking mess.
I did.
Yeah.
It's your YouTube channel.
That's right.
Kind of.
Okay. The throwing of confetti from the stands at soccer matches, a deeply rooted tradition in Argentina, is about to come to an end.
Why?
A public security committee recently issued a preventative ban on the use of confetti following a fire which broke out at the Monumental Stadium in Buenos Aires 2 weeks ago during a match between River Plate and the Boca Juniors, two teams that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Before the game, the River Plate Club Supporters Committee had called upon fans to go out and cut out tens of thousands of pieces of confetti in order to celebrate their team's performance. During the game, some as yet unknown source caused the massive cloud of tiny paper bits to catch fire. The firefighters had to be rushed into the stadium in order to extinguish the flames. The fire caused spectators to flee and ended up damaging a section of stadium seating. Authorities said that even though the home football club had previously approved contingency protocols and the necessary resources on hand for their implementation, the incident demonstrates that the potential ignition risk that these materials pose in context with the highly concentration of people is unacceptable. The Boca Juniors team won the match 1-0. I'm sure everybody's happy to know that. Following a penalty kick by star Leandro Ponderas.
Now, is this is this an indoor stadium?
No, it's an outdoor stadium.
Because I was thinking, like in an indoor stadium, the flash of fire that could consume a big cloud of confetti could be very like oxygen, right? I was wondering about,
People who don't know, dust fires, particularly in places like grain elevators, is a huge risk because all that fine particulate matter distributed in an atmosphere and the flame source hits it and boom, you get an explosion is what you get.
Yeah.
And I can easily see if there's tons of this tiny little pieces of confetti floating through the air. All it takes is some guy with a cigarette or something catch one of on fire, that catches the next, and then boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a football stadium fire. I can't remember the name of it, but it's kind of famous. And that fire spread through the stands really, really quickly. It's like people just like, the people are still playing the game. They're just seeing a bit of smoke. And then literally minutes later, the entire stand is on fire.
Wow.
Incredible. And it was disastrous.
Yeah, scary stuff. Yeah,
a lot of people died.
Yeah.
And the other part of that is that the casualties aren't just from the fire. It's from people panicking and stampeding for the exits, crushing one another.
Oh, yeah. I've
that's what happened.
I've never thought of confetti being like a fire hazard thing, but yeah, if it's just tiny bits of chopped up paper, hell yeah.
Yeah. And, all you need is the right conditions. If it's a hot, dry day and the paper isn't even remotely damp or something.
Yeah.
One spark, boom. So,
wow.
No confetti when you're celebrating things.
Yeah, right.
Poses a danger.
Yeah.
Thing is, they say no confetti, but quite often there's just these stadiums are just full of crap.
Yeah.
Underneath the stands, so it's the confetti. I can see the point, but usually there's an awful lot more going on behind there. And
tons of waste paper under the seats and everything.
Yeah.
Big time. Crazy. I never really thought about it,
I wonder if that goes for glitter at discotheques.
I think that glitter stuff is literally metallic and wouldn't be a
good fuel source.
Yeah.
And you need that.
Yeah. Well, it's all the nylon and hairspray that's in the discotheque. You got to worry about.
Oh wow, yeah. Right? It's like a Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial.
We'll go on 70s night, right?
Yeah. Does that put yourself in the crosshairs, Dunk?
Oh shit! I better find a story then, haven't I? Okay, so let's move on from Mr. Spillman, and I head over to Scotland because a creep was caught having sex with a wheelie bin, or as you call a trash can, we just call them wheelie bins over here, before eating rubbish out of it. Craig.
What? That's
Craig Provin was spotted with his trousers around his ankles, exposing his
stayed out to dinner and then had sex afterwards.
The order of operations is wrong here.
He was exposing his genitals and thrusting his hips towards the bin. That's very sexy. Provin 45 was seen scoffing cardboard out of the trash during the incident. during the sex.
That's multitasking. All right,
Yeah, the guy's weird.
Either some mental issues or some substance abuse issues involved in this case.
Well, he could be a member of the Department of War.
It's true.
The man is said to be living nearby, had got up close to his blinds when he observed the accused at the waste bins with his jeans down to his ankles.
Fuck.
The witness said that he was still wearing his boxer shorts, but that his penis was exposed and was thrusting towards the bin. Oh no! Where on a bin? I mean, what's the where's the clitoris? Where's the sexy part of a bin? I just don't get it.
Yeah. This is a conversation in the pub that should never happen. So you get laid lately? Yep, wheelie bin. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a green bin. It wasn't recycling bin.
I have told you that story, haven't I?
I don't know, but you might have to in a minute.
Crash dumpsters in Kuwait.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Don't finish up. We're going to Commander after this for sure.
Yeah. He was then caught eating cardboard for the bin. People, I mean, he's eating cardboard. I mean, I'd expected when they said he was. I don't get it. When he said he was found eating from the bin afterwards, you'd think he'd gone in and found like half-eaten burger or something.
Yeah.
No, what is it? It's like an old pizza box that's just covered in grease.
Yeah. Was he just licking
delicious.
cheese off pizza boxes or what the hell?
No.
Did somebody tell him to be
tried,
a real lesbian? You got to eat box? I mean, what the fuck?
He tried to claim he was standing in his underwear because he had been showing them my injuries. Showing who?
The raccoon in the bin? I mean,
yeah, probably avoided being put on the sex offenders register because bins can't complain, I suppose. But he was slapped with 50 hours of unpaid, social work. So, yeah, just not as a bin man, I hope.
Well, sadly, we have a picture of him doing that social work, and yep, that's what happened.
Yeah, that looks too clean and offensive. So,
you
Commander,
can't see
where you taking the dirties to now?
Okay, well, this is not one of my official stories, so I reserve the right to read the last one because it's a good uplifting story.
Yeah.
At the same time, but during the lead up to the invasion of Iraq, we were using the Kuwaiti naval base as one of the primary offload points to bring in all the heavy equipment from various ships. And at one point, the Kuwaiti base commander approached the operations officer of the unit that was, doing all the offloading and said, look, you need to tell your women to keep things a little more subdued. What do you mean? He said, well, on several occasions, my people have gone out to empty the trash and found your women and some of your men engaged in sexual congress inside the trash bin. Now, to put this in perspective, this is Kuwait in the summer. Temperatures are well over 100 Fahrenheit. Can you imagine what they're like inside an all-metal dumpster full of reeking, rotting food and other stuff?
I mean, that gives a whole new meaning to it.
Oh, yeah. And as the Marine major who I worked with put it, he said, I want to know what line you use to convince a girl to climb into a dumpster in this heat to have sex.
Yeah.
To which my response was, well, it probably looks very similar to a $100 bill.
Oh, I've heard the word ditch pig said a few times in life, but I didn't realize there was like a reason that it was coined.
Yeah, it was very odd.
Yeah.
And he was, the Kuwaiti base commander was so apologetic. He was very uncomfortable with bringing the topic up and everything. And it's like, I'm sorry, but you really need to help get this under control. It's not something my people feel comfortable doing. We don't want to cause a diplomatic incident. Kudos to the guy. He understood that American social mores are rather different than Arabic ones.
Oh my God. Wow. I can only imagine, hey, honey, that was great. Oh, shit, you got an orange peel in your hair, The fuck? Oh, so,
Could be worse.
yeah.
Got a parsnip stuck in the ass.
Yeah. I considered going further and I thought, we'll do the hair thing,
Yeah, let's leave it dunk.
Yeah.
Could be worse. It could have been while they were under attack from chemical weapons.
Yeah. So here, I got one I can throw in, and then Commander's got one he wants to finish with for sure. We're gonna end a tiny bit early tonight, but not like in the next 20 minutes, so we're good. There's a YouTuber that's really into right to repair, right to ownership and stuff. His name is Louis Rossmann. You'll know if you're watching him because he's got dark eyes like he never sleeps, but he actually does. And he has put $10,000 bounty up to cover the legal fees initial for an independent software developer who got around lockouts that Bamboo Labs put on their 3D printers recently to keep you from using open source software and stuff. Because what's going on is Bamboo Labs, you'll see them advertised all over YouTube as the 3D printer, right? But they're playing John Deere and Tesla levels of lockdown and stuff right now with their products. They got it set up now so that when you send a model to print, it's literally being okayed in the background by the company. It's really, really bad stuff. Now, it's not just that they're doing this and controlling what you can and can't use your printer for, but the software that runs a Bamboo Labs printer is based on open source software under a specific type of license. That means that anytime Bamboo Labs makes changes to this software, they have to make the source code available for anyone else. They are not doing that. As well as not doing that, they're now screaming lawsuits at people that are trying to circumvent this crap they're doing with their printers as if they're doing a bad thing. But they should be able to do this because the open source software license dictates you can't lock this shit down if you're using that code base. It's very simple, and it's getting quite ugly in the background. But the end result is Bamboo Labs suck donkey balls.
Now, you also talk about the reason behind this, because there's a big concern for people printing basically 3D printed weapons.
Yeah, guns and stuff. Yeah.
So that's the general idea behind it.
Yeah.
But, they're going to be using, like, what kind of AI are they going to use to check? I mean, you had AI, spot have people arrested for carrying a banana.
Yeah.
And they think it's a weapon.
You've had people that were looking at a video of like an orange tinted sort of kind of brownie colored car, and they got stung for possible watching of pornography. Right? These systems are terrible, right? But if they're allowed to do this, okay, sure. Maybe the odd person that would actually try to print a firearm and do something bad, like that Clint Eastwood, John Malkovich movie, right? Sure, you might thwart them, but there's all kinds of open source 3D printers and whatnot out there, and anybody that wants to do this can do this. Plus,
you just don't use a bamboo.
Right.
You just use another one.
Right. Plus, the even stupider part of this, Dunk, is you can, for $4,000 or $5,000, buy yourself a decent CNC machine and carve yourself out a real gun. And nobody's bitching about that. Right? I think Bamboo. Yeah, I think Bamboo are using the power of the lobby to get authorities to think that this is a good idea when it's literally just them abusing their market position in the 3D printing industry right now as an easy go-to, and it works for people printer. And it's awful. Plus, they're Chinese.
Yeah.
Right?
I was going to say the next step will be to say, you can't print that unless you give us a share in the profits you make by printing it.
Yep. It'll be all kinds of
there's other areas as well where it could be used, because like people might be like 3D printing little figurines of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
Mickey Mouse is owned by Disney, so therefore you don't exactly have the right to print it without paying a fee. People don't seem to understand that. They think they print it themselves. They're not breaking copyright. Like, you are breaking copyright. And all those people that build those 3D models of Star Wars ships and Star Trek ships, you're breaking copyright law by doing that. Especially, so that's another area where they might get it might be like Napster all over again.
Yeah. Now, if you make a 3D model of something that's copywritten and print it for yourself, never share the model, never sell the item and stuff, you probably get away with that. But as soon as you share that model through one of these services, Disney's going to step in. They're going to get their cut of the, you know what I mean? This is exactly how it's going to be. 3D printing will become an app store.
But Bamboo, by collecting that data, can then notify and tell Disney or whoever and say, for whatever fee you collect in the court case, we get a share. Yes, otherwise, we aren't going to let you know who's doing this.
Exactly. It's such a racket. And I think this carries over to a lot of instances with partners and stuff. Like, you've got internet companies who partner with Netflix. And because of that, if you do data packet traffic watch on your connection and everything, you'll notice that your internet service provider might throttle the speed when a Disney Plus stream is coming. So Disney lowers the quality of the video a bit, but Netflix gets a full fat pipe because they're partners. I don't want that. I want every single damn service to come through my pipe openly, honestly, and simple. Right? And that's why, to be honest, I don't do any of them. I'm a fucking pirate, and I'm happy about it. Fuck them all. You know? So yeah, Commander, what do we got here? 5:33 Pacific. Dunk, do you want to throw in a little one? Then we'll go to Commander's last one, and then we're probably done just in time because of, Mom's Day stuff and whatnot. Oh, by the way, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I mean, not my son's mom, but all the rest of you.
Oh, shit. Hang on. I just accidentally closed the one I wanted to do.
I've done that, man. In history, what the fuck?
Yeah, I got it. There's a very, very famous car. At the Volume Museum is home to like 200 cars, including many from movies. And the collection also has the 1983 Pontiac Firebird that was designed to resemble Kit from Knight Rider. While the replicas are fairly common, there was an interesting turn that happened when the car suddenly got a speeding ticket. Hey, what? In a letter from the New York City Department of Finance, officials claimed that the car was caught going 36 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone in Brooklyn. But it was.
It's in the UK?
It's in the museum. So this incident occurred on April 22nd when it was parked roughly 840 miles away in Volo, Illinois. So what happened? The car caught by the speed camera was apparently wearing a novelty California night plate.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking, man. Yep.
Yeah. So the The owner's got a speeding fine.
That's funny. Yeah. So it was speeding through our museum. Where did you put the camera? Yeah.
There you go. That's my quickie.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Lessons learned again, because these automated systems need humans.
So
Right?
brilliant. AI.
Yeah,
AI.
exactly. It should be ANI, artificial no intelligence. It's just more honest, you know? So, Commander, where are we going?
Well, that story is an interesting segue.
You guys keep doing that.
I know. Englishmen.
It's almost like we planned it.
Excuse me?
I said it's almost like we planned it.
Almost. So, Englishman Ollie Jenks and Canadian Seth Scott are lovers of old cars and crazy adventures. Over the course of 4.5 months, these intrepid loonies drove a decades-old British-made Reliant Robin three-wheeler from London to the southern tip of Africa.
Wow!
A journey of over 14,000 miles, or 22,500 kilometers.
How many times did they tip it over?
Good question. The journey, crossing through 22 countries, set a world record for the longest trip in a three-wheeled vehicle. Apparently, Reliant Robins, produced in Britain back in the 1970s, enjoy something of a cult-like status in the UK, especially after appearing in the popular Only Fools and Horses TV show. The car's total unsuitability for a 1,000-mile-long trek through jungles, deserts, and across mountain ranges is one of the main reasons that Jenks and Scott originally came up with the absurd scheme. It has no power steering, no air conditioning. It doesn't do well going up hills or down them. It's the most unsuitable car imaginable for probably any long journey, stated Jenks. We made friends with the designer of this car, and he says that he's scared to take it any further than 20 miles from home. Yeah. The trip cost the pair around $45,000 to make. They had help from sponsors and crowdfunding via their Instagram page entitled 14,000 Miles, 3 Wheels, and Zero Common Sense, which they used to document their travels, and that helped with funding. The trip was not without danger. They arrived in Benin in the midst of an attempted coup, skirted through Nigeria in the midst of U.S. military-launched airstrikes on suspected Islamic State targets, and at one point had to join a military convoy in order to safely pass through a region of Cameroon that was plagued with separatist violence.
No Reliant Robin can ever say that except that one.
Yeah. At one point in the Congo, their small vehicle was almost crushed against a cliff face by a passing bus, and there were countless breakdowns along the poorly maintained and often unpaved roads. This included the gearbox breaking while passing through Ghana, leaving them with only fourth gear. Throughout the trip, the kindness of strangers and the support from their internet fans were enormous help. Finally, more than 120 days after setting off, the old Reliant rattled into Cape Town, South Africa. Eventually, the plan is to return the car to the UK, where it will find a final home in the London Transport Museum. Jenks said that he felt triumphant after completing the journey, but is relieved to have somehow survived it all. He summed up the experience by saying, "It was like driving a motorized coffin." Anyway, I thought that was a great pick me up story, you know?
The idea of driving one of those more than like, a mile down to the shops just to get a loaf of bread,
Well, as he said, he spoke with the guy who designed the car, and the guy said, I wouldn't drive this thing more than 20 miles from home.
Exactly. I was showing a few clips there of the classic Top Gear episode where Clarkson just drives one around and crashes it and rolls it and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm watching. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, it was the perfect thing. As soon as you brought up Reliant Robin, I was like, I know the support video for this motherfucking story.
Yeah, the funny thing about the Reliant Robin is such a shit car.
Yeah,
and then somebody comes along with the Bond bug, which is the same thing.
Yeah,
but it was cool.
Yeah. Let me bring up. Okay, so
That's nothing. If you want to see one of the earliest ones, it's called the Whatley 3-wheeler.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this.
They are tiny. I mean, in theory, you can get 2 people into that car.
Yeah.
I don't know how, short of using large quantities of Vaseline and a crowbar, you'd get the second person in. But
oh, okay. Let me get this picture up. So, if you're not sure what we're talking about and you didn't catch it in those pictures there, we only got a couple of minutes here, but that's the Reliant Robin. And you can see in the front, here, I'll zoom it in for you. It's got one single front wheel in the front, and that's why it's essentially a death trap. So what happened was, to make it cool, even though it was still the same car underneath, they released this called the Bond bug. And if I go back, I can show you. Where is it here? Sorry. Yeah, here's a picture of it. Just a second here. Another one of these idiot sites doing this stupid Cloudflare bullshit in the background. Please hurry up.
Well, while you're doing that, I should point out that one of the reasons why a lot of people switched to these cars is because it was a 3-wheeler. You didn't have to have a car license. You only had a motorcycle license.
Yeah, exactly. Which didn't save you that much money. This is how the Reliant Robin opens itself. Right?
That's the Bond bug.
Oh, the Bond bug. Yeah, sorry. And again, that's the same car as this, just dressed up different, right? And it's literally like
these were cool.
yeah. And it's literally like a moped engine in the back. Like it's they're unbelievable. The miners
so close to the Sinclair.
Don't take one of those on a freeway. Good Lord.
My God, are you kidding? I wouldn't even bother. I wouldn't use that as a golf cart, But
out in the rural area I live in, there are people who drive their golf cart up and down the highway here.
We've got some small communities that are basically retirement communities in British Columbia, and quite a few of them now, I think there's at least 12 or 13, have made it legal for people to drive their golf carts on the road. They've just given up. It's like, look, you're in pajamas, you're in slippers. Why bother with a real car? Just take your golf cart to the alcohol store, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I like it. I like it very much indeed. I think
pretty
that's
better than a Cybertruck.
Yeah. Hey,
at least the wheels won't fall off.
Yeah. Or
you hear that? You hear about that? The latest story about the Cybertrucks.
Yeah.
Is they're being recalled because the wheels can fall off.
Yeah. And
what?
The wheels will come right off.
Cybertrucks.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with the hubs, not just the wheels and the lugs, but I think it's the hubs themselves and the bearings and whatnot. Yeah. It's that bad. They seem to use the public as test subjects for their beta vehicles.
Elon is convinced we have 60% more people in the country than we need. So if you kill off that 60%, everything will get better.
I truly believe that him and quite a few of the hard righties actually want deaths. I truly believe that now.
He has said that.
Yeah.
He has said that openly.
Yeah.
That we need to eliminate about 40% of the population.
Yeah. You know, the AI and the robots and stuff, they'll serve. We don't, low end people, like me. Big shout out here. Commander Prankster in the chat, sending in $32 direct donation through the system. And it's for wherever it needs to be used. That's an awesome one, Prankster. Thank you very much. Very cool shout out indeed. And I'm glad we didn't hit the end button because that just came in under the wire. Sometimes you get a shout out and because the person's watching 10 minutes behind on the live stream, it comes in and you're rolling the credits or something, right? And yeah, that can be frustrating. Huge thanks, Commander Prankster there. We do have where is it here? Where is it? Yeah. AI Alchemist there in the chat did up a really good one. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Some of the models that he's using are really accurate to, right? I've even got a little bit of a gap there in the tooth and whatnot. Very cool. So yeah, huge thanks to the team. We got Mexi Girl, Shayna Caldwell, PJ CNET, Jose. Remember, we're doing hearts for Jose. We didn't do that today. We'll have to, pick that up. But Jose, after doing transfusions, got clipped by a car coming out of the hospital and just had to be brought right back. So we did some collections. We've got I actually figured out how to make it happen as well because there's an issue with how to send it from Canada to Jose and stuff, but we've figured it out here. We've got David Worley, AI Alchemist, Chris Lundy, Liam Wakefield, and Super Chat Matt as well. Huge thanks, everybody. Huge thanks indeed. And remember, there's things in life you have to be good at and things in life that you're just born with. So, if the women in your life don't find you particularly handsome, well, get a good set of tools and fix something because maybe it'll work out for you.
Date a wheelie bin.
and don't forget to look out for Secret Service agents who are unloading their weapon and clearing their chambers.
Oh, spill fellow. Spillman. That's it. Yeah.
Spillman.
It's a safety protocol.
No! See you soon, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Take care out there.
Stay shilly.